Alright, today I'm just going to do a quick video on forging a J-hook, how we do it with the Scouts. There are a few minor differences because I don't have the exact tools I have up there, but it's going to be the same thing. But basically out here at home I light my forge using a handful of charcoal, do the same up at camp, but I use a little bit of ancient gasoline that came in a couple jerry cans that I got at an auction just to light the whole thing off. Not recommended, but it works, and it gets rid of the dead gas too. Just kind of light it off, let it burn down, let it light the charcoal, then just start pushing the old coke over it and add some new stuff around as I go. Alright, while the forge is getting lit, I'm going to whack off a blank. I think it was about 5 inches, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this here. We pre-cut our blanks up at camp, and I honestly don't remember what it is. I've got it written down up there. But just going to whack off a section and yeah, get the forge lit. I'll stick it in there. I've got my wife behind the camera right now, so. Basically, we're going to start out with a nice long heat, because first couple steps are going to be basically squaring up the stock and throwing the taper on in the front. If I do this right, I should have enough heat left to make the curly Q and bend the hook as well. But I haven't done this in a couple months, so we'll see how that goes. Get a nice dry heat on there, right up next to a welding heat. And I like to start by squaring it off. Then draw a taper on the end. If I can hit it right. You can see it getting hotter there because I'm hitting it good and hard. And with just the little bit of heat that's left, make a curly Q, and then bend the hook. Then I come over to the horn over here. Just straighten out that curve, make it nice and even. You can tell I'm a little bit out of practice on this. Taper was a little too narrow there. Yeah, not terribly happy with that, but yeah, so mostly square. Got a hook on the bottom. That's probably one of my worst J hooks, but hey, that was one heat. Stick it back in there, get the tail and hot, square that up, and then bend 290s in there to make the bracket. Alright, just get a little bit more heat in here. Square up the last bit. And this is where I'd normally do it all in one step, but because I don't have the same vices that we've got at camp, I've got to do it in 2 steps. And getting a little bit crooked while I'm at it. The idea of this is that we're forging a bracket that'll grab onto any 2x4. Or go over like the hinge on the top of your door. Now if that worked out the way I hoped. Yep, nope, not quite. Well, that's why we can cheat and make the whole thing a little bit wider. How do you cheat on a 90-degree bend? Well, you make it less of a straight up 90, more of a curve. I'm going to open that up a little bit more. So I throw it on the ground. Just trying to fiddle with it till I can grab off a little bit more. Not the most beautiful J-hook I've ever made, but as I said, I'm a little bit out of practice. And hopefully if I open this up a little bit, it won't break off on me. I can't grab a hold of it worth anything anymore. Yep, there we go. And that's why you don't forge too cold. Art bin. Let's try that again. Let's try this again. Burn it because I was having trouble grabbing a hold of it in the forge. But no forge out, alright. Looks like I'll be taking another heat to do the bend and whatnot, but I'm just taking the rest of this heat to clean it up, planish it a little bit. Maybe make this one a little bit neater and less speed. Break the edges. That's something that's easy to do when it's cold. I think I normally don't take quite as long of a taper. Oh, like I said, I'm a bit out of practice. Alright, nice bright heat again. Brush it over the edge of the anvil, make the curlicue, bend it back on itself, and then just start working into the hook. And that one's a little bit lumpy, but nothing that won't clean up over the horn. Oh yeah, I'm a lot happier with that one. Yes, I can do it in one heat, but it's a lot nicer to do in multiples. Grab a hold of that one the other way around. Better. Get that back end hot. And then make the bracket. Hopefully this time I won't break it. Alright, back up the heat. Remember where I throw my hammer. Square off the rest of this. Make it nice as the rest of it. Break those edges. Then come over here. Throw the top bracket on. Lift it up. A little extra this time. Still got enough heat. If this don't mess up, that should be a lot closer. At least functional on the little wide, but functional. So you might be wondering, if this is a J-hook, why are they on the same side? Well, that's because when you bring it back over to the fire, you stick it in the fire, it's a lot easier to get that spine hot without overheating either of the two tips, which are the two most likely things to burn off. So I'll get the spine hot, grab my monkey wrench, and then twist it in the vise.
I'm going.
Alright, maybe a little bit more heat in here. I like a dull orange heat for doing my twists. I found it works out a little bit better. So maybe get a little bit more heat than that. In there, it won't take but a second. It's weird, my forge seems to be whistling at me today for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, that's about right. Come on over here to the vise. Clamp the hook in the vise. Oop. Throw the tongs off to the side. And I love these wrenches because you just give it a spin and it's super easy to adjust. Give it a twist and a half. Call that good. And see, I don't have to fiddle with a little piddly thumb screw. I just adjust the whole thing. And there's the J-hook. There's my tongs. As she wants to jump at me. Man, just dropping everything left and right today. Put it somewhere flat there, how's that? And just give her a good scrub. Something about the steel just not happy. Maybe that's where I burnt it earlier. But you can see cracks in the twist down there, which is unusual. And I broke off that other one. I've just been a not so hot batch of steel. Normally this is when we'd wax it. Get a pair of blue jeans and some paraffin wax. Rub the paraffin wax on it and rub off the excess with the blue jeans. But I don't have wax. I'm not going to bother with it today. Just going to cool her off and leave it as is. Remember, rust finish is a legitimate finish. Plus, with the cracks in there, I wouldn't even think about selling this. I'm happy with that hook, though. Pull it off in the slap tank. And there you go. Finished J-hook. See those cracks there? That's what I was talking about. As my voice cracks as well. There. You can see them right there. That's weird. That might be where I burnt it, but usually mild steel even after you burn it, especially a gentle burn like that. Nothing serious. Yeah. Hook's a little crooked. Anything works as a hammer. Small thin stuff. Yeah, straighten that right back out. Alright, call that good. There you go. Works a treat.